go home. You know, I haven't really shown you a lot of things to do for your home. Really, we've been doing jewelry, we've been doing things for kids. But I thought it'd be really cool to take things and show them how to use them for your home. And they're really nice looking. I have all kinds of fabrics and all kinds of sweaters. I think we all do it. And I travel to the thrift shop a lot. And so I thought, well, Mama Aleene years ago had this pattern where she made this wire frame and she glued it over like ribbon and silk. And actually that's how she got started with her glue, is she was gluing wire over silk and they needed the glue to glue the wire. So I changed it up a little bit, went to my recycle box, and also found some fabric that I used to recover some chairs. So take a look at what I made. To make these cool retro flowers, I've chosen the Aleene's Tacky Packs. They're fun because they give you an assortment of different glues to try. On this particular Tacky Pack, it has the Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue, the Aleene's Clear Gel Tacky Glue, and the Aleene's Super Thick Tacky Glue. I've chosen the Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue today because it cuts the drying time by more than 50%, and it dries clear and it's flexible. So it's a great glue to use for this project because we are going to make it bend and shape. I also have some cool fabrics that I've used. This one I used on recovering a chair, and these are both from sweaters. So I'm actually upcycling some of the fabrics that I have. So you want to take your wire, it's an 18 gauge wire, and you're going to wrap it around something, and this is just a plastic cap, and then you're going to twist it at the bottom to create your petal. And you need 5 petals for each of the flowers. Then you take your Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue and put it onto the back side of your petal. Make sure that it's a continuous line of the glue, because if you have any gaps, then it'll make a difference when you go to bend your petals, that the fabric won't have a gap in it. Place the glue side down on your fabric, and if you put this end here at the end of the fabric, it's a little bit at the bottom of the fabric, it's a little bit easier to cut out. The glue dries clear, but I do try and take the excess out of the center. And then just let it dry. This one's already dry, and I think it dried for probably maybe an hour. And just simply cut out really close to the wire. And when you go in on this side, it's a little hard with your scissors, so go back, turn it over, and cut it from the back. Now this is the way that it was made when Mama Aleene made it. They just put it like this. I liked the look where I can add just a little bit more color, so I add another one behind. So again, we're going to use some of the Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue, put on the back edge, and put it down onto my sweater fabric. Again, keep your edge here down at the end, and then you don't have as much to cut off. And cut it a little bit larger. And there you have your first petal. Now again, do it to all 5 petals. I have 5 of them ready here. And we're going to take them and put them together. And also notice that I bent down my wires a little bit to put them into the flower shape. And I'm using some florist tape. Now florist tape you have to stretch for it to stick to itself. It's a wax tape. And catch all those petals together. Make sure you shape them the way you want. And then I have a skewer, just a wooden skewer stick, if you wanted to add it to make it where it has a stem. If you just want to put it on a tabletop, that's fine. Just you don't have to add anything to it. And again, just tape it a little bit until you can catch that skewer stick. And that's the beginning of our flower. Now we can bend our petals up a little bit. I'm going to set that aside for a second because we're going to make the center. Now this again is a sweater fabric that I chose to use for the center. What I did is I put some of the Turbo Tacky glue, the Aleene's Turbo Tacky glue, all the way around, and that way it held it together for me. And then I took a gathering stitch and just stitched it all the way around. And I'm going to put a little bit of fiber fill inside. And it's just like making a yo-yo, except for we've got a little bit extra stuffing that makes it more round like a ball. And I'm going to just stitch that so it holds tight. And then do a knot. Oops, there's a side that's out too far and I want to make sure that it's stitched in, so we'll just stitch it. Cut off your thread. You know, it never hurts to put a little bit of the tacky on a knot. So we're using, again, the Aleene's Turbo Tacky glue to put on that knot. Now this is going to go, it's going to glue on the center. So again, we'll put some Now also, if you want to cover the stem, you can always cover it with a piece of a strip of fabric. And just wrap it around. And you go all the way down. Now I want to show you my flower because I added a little bit more to my flower. I took some other fabric that I had and I just cut it into, kind of fringed it, and before I actually put on the little yo-yo center, I glued some of this to the back of it. Also, I thought it was fun, and I just kind of stuck these in. These are just some 24 gauge wire. I just twisted them and I just stuck them in. They could have a little bit of glue on them. Now, for the leaf, you would do the same thing as the petal. I shaped my leaf just by first bending it in half and then just doing all kinds of just bends and twists. Put it down on your fabric, and this is what you have for the leaf. Then on the very last thing, I put some of the Turbo Tacky glue, the Aleene's Turbo Tacky glue, on the center, and I just dropped in some beads.